Good day, everybody. It is Monday, March 23rd, 2020. Welcome to all of you. I know it's hard to be cheerful in times like this, so I've insisted that the friends that I know, and I've been overwhelmed with emails and text messages and DMs and things with people wondering what's going on, what's happening, and I will reiterate again. Number one, I am no guru. I know about as much as you do. The only advantage I have over you is being intimately familiar with financial markets over the course of time and intimately familiar with how human beings act in times of irrationality and the unknown. It's powerful, it's helpful, yes. I do suggest if you know anybody in your social media circle that could benefit from frank discussion and calm updates and considered logic that may get them ahead of the curve, as I've already proven to be able to do beginning in February, long before anybody in this country already even worried about coronavirus. Some people took my advice seriously and stocked up, and well, they're sitting pretty right now. So if you want to do your friends the benefit of telling them about this channel, as well as the Rosie Murphy channel, where we do more in-depth things on economics, you would be doing them a favor as well as me. I think in these times, people need to have some perspective of what's going on. And I think one of the kindest things you can do and most helpful is to share the link on these two channels so that they may keep up to date too. Obviously, the whole sphere of YouTube has changed a bit and a lot. Okay, we're moving away from a society of yucks in Hollywood and all the frivolity of the nonsense of you know, who got implants and who's on the beach in Tahiti. All that stuff just seemed really trivial, didn't it? All of a sudden, it's going to seem a lot more so. It's very sobering times that we are in right now. So you want to be where you can be getting some rock solid information that is, at least if it's not perfect, it will be rooted in the past and the experiences of human history. One thing that holds true through everything, and you must bear this in mind, human nature never changes. People respond the way. When I saw in late January what was going on in Hong Kong, which I'm intimately familiar with, and China, and I saw the level of response in people in Hong Kong and China stripping out the shelves in the supermarkets bare, and I thought to myself, uh-oh. Number one, are we going to contain this? Is this pandemic going to be contained? And I had to come to the sad answer, no. Because it was poo-pooed off as just another of the influenza things. Some people, including me, thought it was a much more serious situation. But of course, our government did not begin to take action until sometime through March. And of course, we're already well underway in the spread, the rate of infection growth and things like that. I expected that. I expected it to be poo-pooed off, and it was. Okay, so I knew that that was coming. Number two, history teaches us that what people's actions will be, and they will act like a horde of locusts, and they will strip things out. And they will start supply chain shocks, and then they will worry about their very survival and things. So they will grab a lot, sanitize, and there will be bedlam and chaos. And we've seen that, and we're likely to see it again going forward. So it's important in my mind that you share information and really tune into people that aren't here to hype things up, aren't here to sensationalize things, but give you rock solid things that time after time will bear out as being true, okay, and is coming true beforehand. Yesterday, for example, I did an update on the Rosie Murphy channel talking about the next thing that you should prepare. Now, this is going to get you 2 weeks in front of that, possibly 3 weeks, okay? I want you to go over there and check that out on the Rosie Murphy channel and take that advice to heart. It's as serious as the advice that I gave on February 16th of 2020. There will be much more to say on the financial markets. Right now, it's a moving target. It's like trying to hit a A running deer at 200 yards. It's very hard to nail down where we're going to be ultimately bottom. Things are changing. My own predictions are changing. You may want to stay tuned. Now, will there be opportunity in this? Well, it's very self-serving at this point in time to talk about, taking care of yourself. Hopefully, everybody's been taking care of family and friends, calling on them, making sure they're safe. Share a little stuff. If you're one of the people that hoarded 125 rolls of toilet paper, dispense a little bit out to family and community. You'll feel better for it, okay? It's going to be the least of your concerns coming up. But I do encourage you to make sure that you see that video on the Rosie Murphy channel about the next wave and what you must do to prepare now before the big wave hits, which it will. There will be opportunities ahead. A lot of people have asked me about investment, what I particularly plan to do, and I'm not an investment advisor. I'm going to say it again for the umpteenth time. At risk of people calling you know-it-all, but just because you seem to be ahead of a curve and a little bit of knowledgeable, you'll have a fringe of jealousy, sadly, that starts to rise. And people that were disaffected, and people that poo-poo it, and people that are still stuck in the old game of YouTube, of back and forth, hating and ridiculous. Don't they look ridiculous now? In the face of a pandemic and in the face of a changed world. Better grab on to what you can that floats and understands what's going on in the world. It's a much more serious world. You don't want to be a person sitting around looking at reviews on a can of coffee and things so ridiculous in that nature. Okay, they do not fit the times. There will be a time on this channel where I will be on the road again. I will be showcasing America. I am prepared. I have prepared for this day for years by being a hard worker, by ensuring that I did a tremendous amount of planning so that nothing would keep me from my appointed round, short of a health situation, which could still very well happen. But the curiosity factor of America will be sky high. And I'm going to be one of the people that's going to be out there showing it. And that's something that I'm really looking forward to. And I want to make sure that my friends are okay too and checking up. If you've sent me messages and things and I've not responded, understand. There's a very high fear factor. People are starting to come into the channel now and subscribing now because they know we've shifted gears here. Yes, we'll still have laughs. We'll still have fun. It's important. But if you're going to keep on top of financial happenings and be ahead of the curve with the waves of what's coming, with the waves of social things that's coming, and let me tell you, it is going to be a summer to remember. And I can tell you what the playbook's going to be already. And I can tell you the way the chess pieces are going to move around the board. And I can tell you as I speak to you right now that the National Guard is in force in Sacramento at food banks, patrolling and keeping order. A preview of coming attractions? Well, stay tuned. It's a time to be serious. Care about your friends and families, tweet out, give the link for this on your social media. And please make sure that people stay informed, or at least have somebody that's giving some idea of what might happen. Okay, and above all, stay safe and sanitize your hands. Keep well. Don't touch anything if you're out. Do go out and get exercise. Do walk around. Do enjoy the fresh air. Your first duty is to be a survivor. Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody.